I'm back. Um, I don't know if the voice is correct. Hello, hello. Is it loud enough? I hope so. God damn it! I'm not having done any kind of audio checks in a while, so this is going to be just 1 second. Um, okay, yeah, that's it. Right, it's been a while. I am back. Like, not like not it to the extent that I was back. It would be more of a trial version back where I'm just seeing where this is. So I've got a project that I'm working on that I just kind of picked up out of nowhere. It's a CSS rendering thingy. I'll get to it. I just need to correct this guy. Can I edit this? I can't. This is wrong. Um, Stream code is lying to you. Wake up, sheeple. Okay, okay, doesn't matter. All right. What was I doing? Right. This is the next stuff that I was doing before, which is, who cares about that anymore? Right. So should I just show it to you? I've already made quite a bit of progress on this project. It's a CSS only UI library. When the in the sense that you only write CSS and you generate UI. I'll just bring up a quick demo maybe. That will help make sense of this. Let me move my stuff around. This is fine. This is also fine. All right. So here it is. So here's the stupid demo. I'll also open up the CSS file that renders this, which is over here. Right. So you basically start at the root. You give it the CSSX children property, which creates a new child. And then you have the container with this ID, which again has another property, which you can keep going. You can add children. This is the form for this. So if I do hello, it'll add that here. The only problem right now is children, like the delete functionality doesn't work. I don't know if there's a way to it. I have an approach for it, which I'll try today. But yeah, if I click on this, it'll toggle this true. The checkbox thing doesn't work either. Um, these two are very related problems, by the way. But yes, that's basically it. It's a to-do list. Wow, so cool. Um, right. So here's my to-do for this. I don't know how where to start with the explanation for this because it's all over the place. All right, so on submit, so this is our form, by the way, this input thingy with the button, whatever. Uh, on submit, it will run this. Is my okay? It'll run prevent default. It'll then add children, which is a function. Um, so add children takes in nodes, but in this situation, it takes in a, so this is the task list, which is the container that you want to render into. This is creating an instance of this made up child, so task item. So it will give it a unique ID and provide unique CSS properties to it, like this way. So over here, the value of the text that I'm giving it is the attribute of the text input. child, which text input is all the way down here. It's just this input guy. So input, text input, placeholder, buy milk, which is something we all need to do. Right. I'm gonna add context to this on a need to add basis because it's a lot of stuff that I'll need to explain. Oh, I didn't even like check my audio or anything. I should probably do that. It might be a good idea. I might just do it right here. Twitch TV edible monad. I didn't spell my own username right. Let's see, is it um, my internet isn't having the best times. Music pause. My internet isn't having the best times. All right. Testing, testing, live testing, pause. Audio testing. All right. Testing, testing. All right. There is voice here. Okay. Back to task. Back to music. I don't know what to play. Um, hmm. Maybe I'll just go with. This might make me sleepy. This music. I'm keeping it for now. It's just the BoJack Horseman soundtrack. It's good. It's good stuff. All right. Let me just adjust here. In okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Back on task. Okay, so here's the biggest problem right now is when I create an instance like this. Where did it go now? Yeah, over here. When I create an instance of, in this situation, task item, the children of task item, which let me just bring up. Yeah, so this is the task item, by the way, which is also again CSS properties becoming properties of components, which is fun. But yeah, uh, I guess the biggest problem that I had was because I was using IDs. Maybe I could use, if I could, so over here I'm using checkbox. So checkbox is an ID, but it's also a data element, whatever. And when I'm creating children, I'm creating the children inside. I mean, obviously, it's a child. It's a child. It has to be inside the parent. So what I'm thinking is if so right now here, what I'll do is I'll check for the ID. So, but instead of checking for the ID, instead of doing get element by ID, I can do data element checkbox, and that should pick up the checkbox inside it correctly, because right now when I do this, it'll toggle the first child here, which makes sense. It's an ID, it has to be unique. So, all right. So, what I'm thinking is that would be the first thing to do. Yes. So, the other thing is I was wondering if the reason I've worded the task this way is I'm wondering if it makes more sense to. Oh, why did I go there? Yeah. I'm wondering if it makes more sense to have the the children of an instance also be instantiated. The reason I added that was because I wanted to stick to using IDs. But now I'm wondering if that is a terrible idea. So maybe I'll just stick with data element attribute. It makes more sense too, because none of this is guaranteed to be unique. So if I this I mean yeah, none of this is guaranteed to be unique. So when I do update checkbox instead of just using the ID, it makes more sense to use the element. Hmm. Also, by the way, the biggest problem here, I don't know what to name this project. I use CSSX because HTMX it's doing it's doing something really weird with it with that idea. But uh, no, I don't want to name it HTMX because there's already a project called HTMX, and I might call it CSS everything or something of the sort. Maybe I'll just drop in a. I can create polls, right? I think so. uh, I don't remember any of Twitch stream related stuff, so this is going to be a challenge. Poll. Hey, there it is. Poll. Question. What should I name this project? CSSX already taken though. CSS everything. CSS all. No, CSS. I guess there's an all property which might be confusing. Something else, please. These. Oh, okay. Something else, please. Yeah. All right. Let me just add that in. Okay. Duration. That's it. I can only set it for 10 minutes. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to name it now. I'm going to take my time with it, but there it is. Okay. So, hmm, what was I saying? Yes, instead of using the ID, I am thinking I'll use data element. Also, I need to pin this maybe. Is that a thing? Or do I not need to care? Okay. I guess it's already pinned. Okay. I'll just search for get element by ID. Oh, there's quite a few places where that's happening. Um, I guess when I'm evaluating things, which makes sense. Um, hmm. Okay. I, I don't remember what this is about. Oh, right. CSS loading. I haven't touched this in a while. So this basically would load in an external CSS slash CSS extra, which we're working on. So right now I don't have a use case. I guess in general, all get element by ID should be replaced, right? Because I won't be referencing by ID anymore, and also remove the ID as well. I'll, if I have to go with data element attribute, I have to stick with it. I'll also show you the structure here. Um, let me make it. Oh shit! Let me make it smaller. Okay. Oh, right. God damn it. Okay. So there is a hack in place here. So one of the biggest problems with doing stuff like this is the attribute, the property here, the custom property. Okay, the problem is CSS. The C in CSS stands for cascading, and that's what's happening when I use CSX children here. Every one of its children has access to that attribute, which is a problem. Um, the workaround for that in this project is every layer of child has this node. It's called CSSX layer, which unsets or like a custom unsets each one of the properties. I think I can get away with just it being empty. I don't know. I'll have to play around with that too. Oh no, that property disappeared. So maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, that's one of the hacks that I had to put in place to get this working. It doesn't work otherwise. Hmm. All right. And also, we have a CSSX hyphen text, but the problem is the text only gets rendered on mount or like on mount when I am making up the concept of mounting. But so for something like the task, which updates every time I click on it, you can't use CSX text. So what I ended up with is using the after element with content on it. And this is what that looks like. You add, and also CSS concatenation doesn't work exactly the same way. And because it's content, even booleans have to be wrapped in quotations. You have to be sarcastic about it as well. Default text. So false. And the same thing with update. So when I'm updating the flag, when that element gets clicked, when I click on a task, I have to give the booleans quotations. So that's one of the other hacks that I've put in place. But overall, it works, which is weird. Right. I got distracted again. Let's stick to replacing all instances of get element by ID. Hmm. Um. So what should I do here? Should I just do data element search? So update variable, set attribute, yes. Get element, get attribute, add children. Add children as well. Oh, no, 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 no. There is a problem here. Okay, so when I have a task list, the task list here, the data element is the specific instance ID, whereas data instance is the actual ID of the item. So how do you refer to this? Okay, I guess it makes sense. I think it's all right? Because uh, if I've rendered a bunch of instances, if I want to add a child to one of them, it has to be a specific instance ID anyway, right? And so, sorry, it has to be the element ID, not a particular instance, which I think tracks. Yes, that works. I think I'm fine with that. Let's make this slightly bigger so the chat overlay thingy doesn't cry. Okay. All right. So get element by ID. All right. So add children also has to have the same thing. Remove element also has to have the same thing. Add class, remove class. Okay. So it's all in here. I feel like I've used it in more places though. Index, and this is the test cases. Okay. All right. I guess that's better. This would make things easier. So let's do, oh god damn it, query selector uh, data hyphen element equals, is it, god damn it, TypeScript, can you just behave for 1 second? So should I do JSON dot stringify here, because the quotes around it, would it matter if, no, no, spaces can't be here, so yeah, that's fine. Data element that, oh, I should have recorded a macro, god damn it, I always forget doing that. I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna do it the right way. All right, so I'm on get element by ID. I'm recording a macro. Now I'm nervous. You can see the sweat droplets coming through. data element equals, right, perfect. And then go to the next one, Q, run it again. Oh, sorry. At Q. Oh, that worked. Okay. At Q. I don't know why I'm always surprised. Um, oh no. Oh, that's prettier. All right. That's fine. I can fix these if something gets fucked up. So I'm totally fine with this. It is working so far though, which is amazing. All right. Is there no other? Yes, we have successfully refactored the code. Oh, with no name. Oh, this still doesn't work. Boo. Boo. Oh, right. I didn't build this. Okay. Oh, by the way, which is one of the other features about this? It doesn't need to be built because this is CSS, right? It's just running CSS, and you just add the script tag which makes this whole thing interactive. So stuff like this, there's no preprocessor for this, and also you can't really use a preprocessor, which is one of the other problems. One of the many problems with this, which is if you use a preprocessor, this doesn't work because obviously this doesn't work. This is made up language, but okay. Right. This guy is complaining because HTML element, not any other kind of element. Is there any other errors? Oh, same thing here. God damn it. My LSP just randomly slows down. It's been happening for the last like a week, maybe less than a week. It just is really hard to work with. Like, look at that, all the delay that it adds. Trust me, it's not the stream delay. I am facing the same amount of delay here. Okay. So now it must be, oh no. Please build. Wow. Wow. Okay. So let me just take a look at how slow things are. Node, what are you doing? I'll just restart the editor. I don't know. I don't think I can take that for much longer. Okay. No, the checkbox is still referring to the parent, which is kind of sad. Um, at least the false property is still working, which is cool. All right, let's debug the specific example. Also, holy shit, my editor is slowed down like crazy. To-do list, style.css. This is the entire thing. Um, what was it? Task item. Yeah, there's the instance created. All right. So, well, by the way, this is how you access, or this is how you specify instances or add behavior to instances. If you use the data attribute, data instance, task item, you can give it behavior. For everything else, right now I'm just using the ID, but I might switch to just using the data element thingy. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know how it will go. But yeah. Cool. So how am I updating the checkbox over here? Oh, right. Wait. So what I'm doing there, that actually makes sense. Holy shit. There is a problem here. So, so when I'm updating something, I am updating um, in the entire document because I should be able to update something that's not directly my child. I should be able to just update something else. So how do I do relative updates? Like for example, over here, when I update the checkbox state, which is down here, which I did this in a more complicated way on purpose so that, I can test all the cases. But So when I have data element checkbox, yeah, so when I, whenever, by the way, CSS6 on update is this custom event that is running on on any of the instances or any of the elements, which when an update call is made on the instance, this event executes and which calls this property, which will now update checkbox, which is another element. But the problem is I'm not updating it relative to the element that I'm on. I'm updating it anywhere, right? So inside the entire document, which for this particular instance isn't the best idea. So I need some way to specify that I only want this to be relative to my thingy. How do I do that? Hmm. And also, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm using get var instead of var, uh, var, by the way, none of this is standard CSS, just a reference, just in case anyone's confused. Get var, okay, var is behaving in some unexpected way. So in most situations, it evaluates eagerly, which is not good. In some instances, it evaluates lazily, which is good. But I always wanted to evaluate lazily. So now I'm just going with the get var function. So it's like consistently using get var, which is great, which is what I want. But I was wondering if I should just like introduce a syntax error in it so that so that the CSS while it's being evaluated in the DOM, the var doesn't get picked up. But I don't think that's something that I can do right now. So so I've just created this get var function, which for the most part gets things done. Checkbox, right? How do I do relative updates? Like I want to update the checkbox that is inside task item. Should I maybe like change the syntax somehow? Like do something like add checkbox. What is add, by the way? In oh right. It's top level queries, but yeah. So what if I do something like this, right? When I have at, it's no longer you don't search in the entire document. You have to search in within the children of the current element, which I think is good. Uh, yeah, which I think is what we want, but I'm not entirely sure on the syntax for this. What do we do? And also, the update syntax highlighter gets fucked up when I do that. Maybe relative? No, too verbose. Um, I'm doing query selector. No, that doesn't work either. Um, what if I make it a string? Scope followed by or scope space that, right? I mean, scope is valid CSS, so or maybe be more specific here. Data element equals that, right? This is the proper CSS way of doing this. Uh, and this would work. I just need to make one change in these things where instead of just using the data element by default, I would check whether what I've gotten is just an identifier. If it's an identifier, I can just use it as a data element. Otherwise, I'll use it as a proper selector, which works for me. I feel like this might be too. Yeah, I think it's fine, right? I don't know. Hmm. I mean, the whole thing is stupid, so none of this is fine. But I'm wondering if this is the way to go. Get element uh, node comma selector. Holy shit, why is this so slow? Honestly, is there a way to speed this up? Is there a way to speed up the... Also, what the fuck is playing on Spotify right now? No, no, stop that. Stop it. I'll just play something else. Good enough. Okay. Um, where are you going? Ozzy just opened the door and is staring outside. Okay. Always. Oh, okay. He might be feeling a little cold with the AC. Doesn't matter. Back to this. So, oh my god, this is okay. So if node isn't specified, I'll just use a document. I think that makes sense. If selector dot no, if it's the other way around. If it starts with /w plus ends dot test selector, then I'll just, oh god damn it. Okay. On cell equals, holy shit, it is so annoying. No, I don't mean the song. The song's great. I mean my LSP. It's slow as shit. Like, look at that. I don't know if... Oh my god. Okay. It's getting on my nerves. Element equals ID. Otherwise, I'll just use the... sorry, not the ID. Selector. Right? I think this makes sense. Okay. Yeah, let's just assume it does. Query selector and just try it out, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll rethink our approach probably. HTML element. Right. Okay. Selector is a string. By the way, if anyone wants context to what is happening, what the fuck I'm doing with my life in general, let me know. I'll inform you. Oh, right. This bracket over here is wrong. Holy shit, why is this so slow? All right. Let me just get back to what we were doing. Should I restart the editor again? Because this is like unacceptably slow. Look at that. What the? It's Vim. It's NVim. It shouldn't take that long. Node is taking. Is there anything else that's running? Maybe, I don't know. I'm just restarting a lot of things. Okay. Okay, I think we might be able to work with this now. It seems to be responding on time to me. Hope it stays that way. Okay, so OBS is taking a lot, and so is this guy. But the problem is I can't use my Qt browser instance. So maybe I'll just kill the Qt browser instance. Maybe that'll speed things up. Please do. I don't know. Let's go back to this. Yeah. So get, oh god, get element. Okay. So so we'll have to replace all of these with get element. So query selector. Should I do a macro again? Those are fun. but I'm scared. I panic easily, so I'll fuck this up. Let's do BB. Great. I get to the document. CF or CF. Perfect. That actually worked. Get element ID. All right. So far, so good. Next, and then Q. Macro recorded. Mission successful. All right. It is also working. Wait, did not. Oh, oh, right. This is on 2 lines. God damn it. I'll do the. I'll just get done with the other stuff. Yeah. I'll get back to the one that I've missed. Yes, it works most of the time, every time. Not in this case though. Okay, this case I don't need to change. God damn it. Did I change anything stupid? No. This is also fine. This is also fine. Um, yeah, this is the one that I need to fix. So get element ID underground. Okay, all the changes that I needed to make are made. ID isn't present. Target ID is what I meant. All right. Any other errors? No. Yay. All right. So, um, should just work now, right? Oh no, it it broke everything. That was the other alternative. It would either work or it would break everything. So I wish there was a way that we could see what actually broke, but console log is all we have. Console log selector, comma select. That sounds foreign. Give it 5 seconds. What the fuck? Okay. Task list space task list. Yes, that is exactly what it should have done. So it printed the form, but it didn't print the children. Hmm. Oh, wait, is one of these not ID? Did I fuck that up? So not this. Update variable, no. Add children is the one that, okay, get element ID. Yeah, that is correct. Hmm. So it didn't add the children for this guy. Okay, let's take a look. Let's do ID, comma variable element. Useless. Twisting. New technology. Oh, now there is no sound. Sudo blah blah blah. Don't care. Fuck right off. Okay, so this is the task list. So this guy should have used. Wait, did I not do the get element data element selector? Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, so if it's task list data element, task list should have been picked up, which is weird that it didn't. So, mm, let's see if the element itself is, yeah, let's open that up. Null, so it couldn't get task list for some reason. Weird. Query selector, node.query selector. I'm just doing it on the document, right? Because I didn't give it the second parameter. And that's the, that's what I need to do. But I didn't give it the second parameter. So In a very common crisis, everything's in order in a black hole. Nothing seems as busy as a past though. Bloody Mary locking into Tabasco. Remember when you used to be a rascal? All the boys love. I am lost. HTML element. I guess document is not an HTML element, right? Yeah, a document is document. Um, what is anything that has query selector on it? Is it an element? I'm guessing which one. Just forget it. Sentimental. I'll just do HTML element or document. Either way, doesn't matter. Just work. Right. So, data selector. So it is getting the right. Oh, it is not getting the right selector. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Okay. So that it's obviously an issue here. Slash w plus dot test task list is hyphen not okay. That is confusing. Test task list true. Oh, is it these guys? I I mean false. What the fuck? Oh, hyphen is not. Oh, hyphen is not word. Ah, hyphen is not fucking word. A to Z, 0 to 9, underscore, hyphen, what else? Is there anything else that I'm missing? And also, let's make it GI. I'm just thinking of the pretty old change. Okay. Is that the only ones? I think so. Yeah. All right. Still, okay. It'll take a bit for the thing to be built. It works. Yay. That checkbox thing is still broken, which we need to work on now, but this works. Console log, I added something here. Yeah. Got it. Get element. So on this, I can't. Oh shit, that is another problem. Actually, the selection for whether or not I use the element or I uh, I check inside the element or I check in the document is a little vague. Usually me just across the air conditioner. It's too warm in here. Okay. All right. So what I'm thinking is element equals okay. I mean we can do it this way. So element comma selector is document comma that or node comma that. Does that make sense? I think it does make sense. So, and I use the element here instead of the node. Why are these guys? Oh, right, sorry. This is not a language that has pairs in it. So this is going to be an array. And what it returns is just an HTML element. Got it. I see. But even that is a little confusing. What if I want a specific selector? Should I not allow that? Because say I want to access a specific instance on something else. Hey, the poll went away. God damn it. I don't even know if anyone. How do I? Is there a way to see the poll results? God damn it. Ah, poll. Search poll. Okay. That seemed to have done something. Yes. Actually, no, nothing came in. Okay, that's good. That's good. I didn't miss anything. Just 1 second. Let me. Yeah. All right, back here. Get element. Yeah, I'll just pass in the element. So I guess this is like an implicit rule now. If you're selecting a child, you can use complex selectors. If you're using, or if you're accessing anything outside the child, you have to purely use the element ID. I think that's a fair trade-off. I mean, obviously, not the best way to design things. I should have done this in a different way, but I think for now this is good enough. Or maybe I can wait. Oh, I do need to do that anyway. So let's okay. Element, and the last one, element. Oh, I should handle the null case inside as well. So if not ID, return element or node. Does that make sense? Oh, selector. Why can't it return that? Document or element? Ooh, right. Okay. Handle null yourself. None of my business. Yes. So in this case, instead of trying to see if it's a complex selector and um, doing this, what if I add another case? Oh my God, ternarys are scary now. I'll do it anyway. So if it starts with dollar scope or colon scope, then I can confidently say that this is testing inside it, right? So I could change the node to, I can change it to the node itself instead of the document. I think that's a good situation. I don't know. Selector, I'm very nervous about this. You got the camera and nothing but so smooth, yeah. Give me your heart, make it real. So yeah, immediately we have support for complex selectors as well. Yay. Well, this isn't working though, so that's not good. Yeah. Okay, it works now. My goodness. Okay, I'll add a to do here. To do, please not ternary. All right. Is there anything else that I need to change? I don't think so, because it should pick up the element. So when I do the, holy shit, it works now. It just works. See, never doubted myself. Um, there is another problem here. So the delete would still not work because it doesn't know what to delete. So to-do list, yeah, over here. So in these situations, I can use CSS text because I know it's static. That's one of the other problems that I mentioned before, because I can't use this for anything dynamic, in, at least right now. Maybe when I get the update event, I can set the text content again. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense actually. It should update the content when we have an update on one of the CSS variables. Okay, that's a to do. We'll add this right here. Update CSS text. By the way, I still don't know what to name this project. I think I'm gonna go with CSS everything. But in that case, this property prefix would get confusing, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. So update CSS text on update. I don't know. That seems to make sense. Right. So remove element task item. This is what I'm doing right now. This doesn't work because what would it even delete? Um, so how do I tell it? How do I tell my system that I want to delete? When I click on this, I want it to delete the parent task item that is closest to me. How do I do that? Hmm. There's no CSS selector for parent, so that becomes very difficult to do. Uh, maybe I can. Oh, oh! I got a brilliant, or actually, I mean, brilliant is a very dangerous term to use around here. But what if I pass in the selector as a CSS variable? So something like um, my selector. No, sorry, that is stupid. Um, task item select task item ID, and I guess by default it'll just be empty. I don't care, but I can do CSS on mount. So when it mounts, I can update the CSS variable on myself to be attribute ID or data element. I'm gonna make a permanent switch to data element. So let's use that. Right? Right? Yes. Oh my God. I mean, you could probably tell I'm very excited about this approach because it's so stupid. It fits perfectly with everything else I'm doing here. So, all right. So over here, I can do get var task item ID, right? I think so. So if I, no, it didn't work. Okay. There is an error at least. So that thing, oh, it has quotation marks around it. Get var, shit. I mean, I can do, okay. So I guess I can do like JSON.parse if it has quotes around it. I don't know. Hmm. I'm so close though. Like it is the exact ID. So if I click on two, or sorry, if I click on the 0th element, it'll give me the ID for that. So um, task item ID. Oh, let me just, yeah, fuck off. Oh, my coffee got cold. God damn it. Cheers. Room temperature coffee is the way to go. The flavors are enhanced at room temperature, if you didn't know. Um, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with. I don't think I have an alternative because so the way the rest of this works, like the clicking and this toggling to true and false, the way that works is through content. And if I change the way that works, then content attribute breaks because you can't have so like for example, if I remove the quotes around done here, nothing gets rendered because content doesn't know what to do with that because it's just, invalid. It's not a string, it's nothing. So when I'm getting it and I'm setting it to things, I need the quotations around it. So it can also be single quotes and double quotes. So that's even fucked up, fucked up. Uh, so I guess I can do something like, or maybe only for this, right? Oh, okay, okay. Only for this. Because, yeah, okay. So I'll just ignore if it has quotations in the start or end. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Should I ignore the quotation marks at the start and end? That would work. Not a huge fan of the approach, but that would work, right? So if I do this, right? Is that a terrible idea? I can even make it more strict by using back references and going, yeah, this thing. If this exists, then do the same thing here. Oh, that would actually be good. Is that, I forgot how to do back references. It's just /1. I'll have to try regxr for this one. Regxr.com. Wait, what the fuck? This should have worked. Did I screw something up? Global multi-line. Oh, okay, multi-line, yeah. All right. So, and also case insensitive. I mean, doesn't matter. I'm just testing, but yeah. So what if I just do back reference? Brilliant. Again, sarcasm. But if it works, that's good enough, right? Because if I specify something that has quotations around it, I'm just going to use it as in, if it has quotations around it here, oh, then that means if I can't use dynamic selectors that are dynamic complex selectors, then that becomes a problem. Maybe I can just replace here, dot replace quotations. That would also work. Is that a good idea? Is that a terrible idea? Is that the dumbest idea you've ever heard? ID. Let's name this the way it is. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Seems like everything is fine. So if all of this is working, if I delete, holy shit. It works. Nice. Yay. It works now. Did you ever think you'd see CSS being completely interactive and usable to build an entire oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I think, by the way, CSS had a thing, right? CSS, what was that? CSS proposal for nested syntax. I want that. Yet another, oh, okay, so they haven't settled on anyone. That's sad. A, closed, at nest. What the fuck? No. Just go like the like SAS preprocessor route, right? As in, without a preprocessor, pretend you have a preprocessor, you know? Happening in your world. What have you been up to? Yeah, this is the correct one. So, is there no hope for this? What stage is it? The truth. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think this is gonna ever materialize, at least anytime soon. So I'm not gonna hold my breath for it. That would have been nice. Right. So this whole thing is, I want this to be a component-ish, component looking thing. So if I had that, that would have definitely made things clearer. Um, so I can't use post CSS here because post CSS would just go, hey, this is an invalid function, and I wouldn't know what to do with it. So um, may, maybe I can create like a post CSS plugin that ignores this stuff, which is again the worst, one of the worst ideas I've ever had. So I don't need this, by the way. Yeah, because when it immediately after it immediately gets created, I do update the task item ID. So having a default for it doesn't make sense. This thing would, yeah, this thing would work regardless. So that's good enough. Snap out of it. By the way update works, I didn't even show that. That's also cool, by the way, because you can't. I mean, not that cool. It's intuitive. It makes sense. But if you check here, or sorry, not the form. My God. Oh, by the way, this is like tiny font, right? Nobody can see what's happening. Okay. So over here, it uses, so if I update a property and also when instances provide value to a property, it is inside the style attribute. So all the defaults get overridden by default. Defaults obviously get overridden by default, but yeah, that's basically it. So task item ID is get set here. Again, I am so proud of myself for having done something this stupid. Snap out of it. Feeling I left it too late, but baby, snap out of it. So I'm on the fence about whether or not to use the content attribute, because if I use a content attribute, the updates are like instant because I've updated the CSS variable and the CSS, like the thing knows that, yeah, I need to paint it immediately. But if I do it myself, I'll be doing it on the update event of CSS variables. Even that isn't guaranteed to work because if I update a parent's CSS variable, it doesn't propagate. So, I mean, this thing should, yeah, the true false label is gone. And I have a to-do list, yay. And it works. Fully functional to-do in pure CSS. Um, Pray for the wicked on the weekend. Let's refactor. Oh, let's create a commit. Commit. Let's update the tasks as well. This idea that I had, I didn't go through with it, but now I can access child from an instance, access instance from a child using the CSS variable hack. I don't know if I should standardize that at all. As in, I don't know if I should provide a feature for it because this seems to be a very clean way of doing it. Okay, not clean is a very loaded word. I mean, it is one of the ways of doing it. So it works. I'm not gonna bother with it. Cheers on the room temperature coffee again. Um, yeah, this thing is ugly. I can update this thing from here directly, but I don't want to. So my idea for this was something like computed properties, right? So CSSX computed, right? And I can do prop background hyphen color, comma, hyphen check. Does that make sense? Or maybe um, get hyphen var. Yeah, I guess expression makes more sense. It's just giving us a CSS variable would be a bad idea. Right. Sorry. Obviously, it would be a bad idea because I need the entire expression here. Right? Does this make sense? because the thing about on update that I don't like is it's too low level. I mean, basically it's the same syntax, it's just a function getting switched, but uh, this semantically makes more sense. Or I've also thought about something like this background color, right? And this would just be this expression here. Uh, Syntax highlighting doesn't like it, but it is a valid CSS variable name. So I don't know. No, this would actually make things a lot harder for me because then I won't be able to clear the CSS variable in my layer, right? Nope, not doing that. I think this is good enough for now. Yeah. Um, Another thing that I want to add is like a filter here. So something like um, is, I don't know, has changed, checked, right? So I only update when the checked property has changed. Is this necessary? Because this becomes like a performance optimization. So I don't know if that's even something that this project needs to ever worry about. So I think this is enough, right? So on updated, if unchecked property gets updated, I can just trigger this. I think this is good enough. Maybe here it makes more sense to have something like that, but again, I don't want to bother. Yeah, I think this is fine. No inflation, too many more. Oh, I didn't even think about this. Holy shit, this is actually okay. I've got a much better approach here. So if I create an instance, no, that's pointless actually. God damn it. I was happy for a second there. Yeah, I'll still need to set the property directly, which doesn't work. Okay, I guess this solution is good enough for now. Right. I should probably get rid of all the IDs as well. And I also need to add test cases because god damn it, I haven't done that. Filter for on update. Yeah, I think that'll be more like a later pile optimization. Eval could be good to implement right now because eval function would basically evaluate CSS stuff. So if I want to evaluate something lazily, I can do that. Is that even useful? Commit to this except if if I've got an expression inside a CSS variable, the only way to evaluate it would be using this, right? So I can do eval var the property, and this would evaluate the text inside it, which I don't see a problem with, but I also don't see a use case for it. So let's push it down. Update property on child on update of a parent. Yeah, this one I haven't handled. I feel like, again, that's one for the later pile. Um, Lazy properties. I just discussed this. I don't think I'm going to implement this. On update is good enough. String concatenation I need to work on. Request. Oh, by the way, you can make API requests through CSS. I mean, not through CSS, through my thing, but yeah, there is an example for it too. Signup.css. There's a sign up form. Let me bring that up. Form. Yeah. So if I click on this button, this doesn't work, which, oh, right, I made a lot of changes since then, so something broke. Unable to find root for sign up page content. Did not load CSS. Buttons here, so I didn't load the rest of it. So style sheet is loaded. Did it? Is a need the deep end, keep imagining me to wish to wait. Yeah, so maybe that's not working. Oh, okay. Load CSSX. This is the function that does the loading link. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, I should actually check whether this already loaded or not, right? Okay, get element ID element. And fill out the days, moves in mysterious ways. So in case I mistake. By the way, this is how you set HTML content inside this. So just another feature of this amazing framework that no one should ever use. Like emphasis on ever. Um, Ozzy, just 1 second. Ozzy. Okay, I'm really worried that he's chewing something, so I'm gonna be right back. Just make sure he's behaving himself. So be right back. He was just sleeping. I shouldn't be, I don't know, profiling my dog. He usually is up to something, which is why I'm well within my rights to arrest him or profile him. Uh, okay, yeah, this thing doesn't matter. I hate that I have to do this for a lot of CSS to behave proper way. I mean, I should just add a reset or something. Um, Childish Gambino, haven't heard him in a while. Uh, okay, so sign up page. How does this? Where does this get? Okay. Oh, right. It creates. I forgot I changed this. Yes. So loading. Okay, this doesn't work. Still doesn't work. Okay. One step cleared is I've probably made another mistake. There it is. Yeah. I mean, I don't need the div, but the syntax highlighting works better when I call it a div. In this case, I think it will work either way. Yeah. Anyways, so I click on this, it'll load the sign up form, and then I can do hello at world, hello, and I hit enter. It doesn't work. Sign up. Oh, I did the same thing somewhere here, right? Submit button. actions. Yeah, hash actions. Yay. Yes. Okay, so hello at world. I wish I could spell. Form submitted successfully, and that actually made a request. We can see it made an Ajax request to slash example, which is not a valid route, but the request succeeded, so it goes yay. There it is. Post example. So, oh, I don't have time for panic at the disco. Okay, this is fine. Wait enough. But yes, there we have it. Our form works as well. I was wondering if we should work on a. So, I know how stupid this sounds, but I wanted to implement lists and tuples in CSS. So the rendering becomes more, React-ish. But no, I've decided I'm gonna go low level, just manipulate the DOM. That's all you can do. Um, oh, I should also, fuck. The formatter just ruins everything, you know. Semicolon on the last line. Okay. Uh, I'm making so many people angry if I do keep doing this. All right. Request error handling, because right now over here, where is a request thing? Request. Here it is. So when I make this request, I even forgot what the signature for this guy is. Send request. Not here. It's inside eval. Yeah. 0 would be the URL. Second optional is the method. I haven't added support for data yet, but obviously that'll, right now it'll just use the form data that is given to it. Like for example, is there the network? Okay, the network logs are gone. Yeah, here it is. Uh, Payload, there it is. Whatever form and data we entered would just be get picked up and used, which is a fine default. What I'm thinking is if that is not the case, I'll just, you know, if there is a third parameter, I'll just use that. Otherwise, I'll use form data, which is, I don't care about that. The problem is once I've sent the request, I'm not handling the errors. That's someone else's problem. So if I want to handle the errors, I don't know how I would. So that's another problem. What I'm thinking is having a generic on error. Does that make sense? So I would, because when you are evaluating these things, we can create like a central single context for each evaluation. So when I register, and it doesn't matter where I register this, when I have this, I can go, oh, I've got an on error and I've just received an error. It has to be before the errors actually. Yeah. But yes, on error, I can then do something like, oh, I didn't even mention this. You can call JS from CSS now. Over this, you can do console log hello. I don't know, something like that. So I mean, the thing that I'm planning here is on error. What do? I can allow a list of expressions, or just an expression chain, right? The way I'm doing here. So that should be fine. I wonder if this is even necessary. I mean, it is necessary if I want to make it feature complete, which I don't really want to do. But there's that. Keyboard events. I haven't done that. That would also be fun to work on. Let's pull that up. over here. And then we can work on string concatenation. That's pretty important. And then evaluation. Request error handling can go down. Oh, this is very important. And I guess this is the most important. I want CSS text to be usable. So let's work on that. And also, I just realized I didn't make a commit in a while. So here it is. Pete adds instance element access plus gets the to do example functional. Oh, okay. We'll do this, but before that, what I'm thinking is let's close a form example and to do. Let's implement something in this, right? On the to do example, yes, in this one, I want to edit a task. Yes. Okay. So what I'm thinking is I can have a piece of state that says editable inside one of the children, and I can add or remove the child, which would be the input element. And I guess we can use a form, and when that form gets submitted, we can on submit of that form we can do stuff in it. I have it in my head and it sounds awesome, but I don't know how it'll look in the whole thing. Uh, let's see. So let's just add the children first. So what I'm thinking is in certain situations, instead of task text, it'll be task input. Now is that cut message? Ooh, I forgot there was. I enjoyed Justin Timberlake. I just realized it's a terrible song. Oh God, I don't have much option here. Um, let's go to, I don't know, this. I haven't heard this in a while. Hmm. I, God damn it. Yeah, no. I love this, but right now I need something uh, that won't distract me, that I won't start singing out of nowhere. Uh, God damn it. Is there no? I'm just gonna go with this. God damn it. Yeah, this should be fine. I'll shuffle and loop. All right. So form, edit task form, and also the on click thingy would go down in one of the. Oh, that would actually be a problem. So if I update the done on task, okay. Actually, yeah, that will work. So yeah, all I'll have to do is change this to uh, get var task item ID. Right, the first parameter to update would be get var task item ID. So that would be the only difference. I can move it inside the checkbox here. Oh, I got an amazing idea out of this. And not okay. Amazing is relative to what we're making here, but um, what if we update uh, var based on the checked flag, right? And over here, we instead of updating that guy, we just update the checked flag. And we just toggle the checked flag. So checked flag becomes the source of truth now for this. And on update, I update the task items done flag to whatever the checked flag is. Feel like that's a little more. Oh, this has to be removed. If I do that, that'll be an infinite update loop, right? Or if the value doesn't change, it won't, but oh, it just doesn't work. Okay, that actually works. Uh, I should also add maybe var done here so that we can see if it's, yeah, toggle true and false. Perfect. Holy shit, this works. Who would have thought? That actually takes a lot of weird pressure off of this guy, which I didn't really want all of that logic to be here with anyway. So this is good. It's good. Good progress. CSS on mount, task item ID. That works. Children, CSS on, and the delete thing still works. Yes. Holy shit. On click, get watch it true or false. Oh, by default, this is false. It should be false. Actually, that doesn't matter anymore, does it? Because, yeah, that doesn't matter anymore because I'm not showing it in the content anywhere. So no matter what it is, it should be fine. The if should still work, right? Sorry. Yeah, it still works. Yay. Uh, Cursor pointer, and I'll have to remove cursor pointer from the other guy. Yeah, no confusion there. All right, perfect. Um, yeah, back to the editing thing that I'm working on. Right, so now the on-click thing is free. We can add the on-click on the item here. So we can go CSX on-click. Actually, let's implement this first. Let's do edit task form, task item, like a good friend should. Yeah, I'm not gonna prefix it. Like, I don't know. I feel like one, the selector gets too specific, and two, there's unnecessary amount of code there that I don't want to worry about. Um, like this is easier to parse in my head. Okay, so edit task form. What is this? CSSX text form. I mean, just to get it to show up. Yay, that shows up. That shows up. Okay, the fact that it shows up there, it's not a problem. We'll deal with it. Over here it would be CSSX children input edit task input data. Oh, sorry. Type is already text placeholder or value equals. Oh, wait, this wouldn't evaluate. Oh, no, that. Okay, I'll have to do it on mount then. Value is. Okay, that doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, this should be fine. Yes, so on mount, I will update edit task input, not update, set attribute, edit task input, value to be get var hyphen text, I think. Right? Because, hey, Matt Flash, I'm sorry. I didn't see your message there. How are you? How are you doing? It's been a while. Um, I am working on this. It's a CSS-only UI library, which no one should be using. I just want to throw that disclaimer out there. But yeah, how are you doing, by the way? I mean, it's good to see you too. I've missed you so much. It's been a while. CSSX on mount. Your voice is as oh my god. You've made me blush. You've made me blush, Matt Flash. Uh, by the way, how's it going? How are you doing? You were doing the you were into this thing, right? Oh, Haskell. Oh my god. You're on our club now. Welcome. Welcome, Haskellers. Um, we are really, really high on our own supply here. We'll just, if anyone tells us a certain way of doing things, we just have to immediately respond to them with, I can do this in Haskell a lot better. That's what you respond with. You are just better than everyone else. Just know that. You have this level of superiority. All right, what was I doing? Get var value. Okay. Yes, like I was saying, this thing, this would on mount set the text, which is fine, I think. And it should be working right now. Yes. Oh no. No. Did I say yes? I mean, no. Scope data element equals that guy. Yes, now it works. You are also doing this stuff, right? Lead coding challenges. How did that go? That was a while ago. Are you making libraries like Boots? No. By the way, whatever you see here, by the way, everything, the to-do thing that you're seeing here, the whole thing is this one CSS file. The on-click handlers, this, it's all CSS. There is no JavaScript. As in, there is JavaScript, that is my library, but this whole thing is what's making it interactive. So when I say CSS on click, it would execute this expression, which has an if inside it, and all of it is CSS. If, oh, this is my profile now. I've improved. Ooh, nice progress. I could never do this. I've never been a lead code person ever. I've never seen that many this, but that seems pretty good. 19,000. That is amazing and pretty fucking consistent. Holy shit. Yeah, you've been busy. I've thought about this. I thought about getting into this myself, but nah, not my cup of tea. I'm only good at stuff like this, where I just get to fuck around with stuff. This makes no sense, but it works. So, hey, here it is. The quotation marks are a bit concerning, but hey, it is good. Edit task form, data element checkbox. So on the form, I can, I guess, go CSSX on submit, right? When this form gets submitted, I want to update the value here. But because of the quotation marks, I'm worried that something weird will happen. let's just let's just see what happens. So I mean, I wrote the whole thing and I don't know how it behaves, so it's not a good sign. uh, all right, so on submit I want to update my parent, which is var task item id, or I guess it should more be get var. Even though it is static, I want it to be consistently lazy evaluated, which is something, which is the reason why I'm doing that. Okay, so update uh, text on the task item to, oh, that actually is a bit of a weird thing here. So I guess this is fine. I guess I'll have to just do attribute, get attribute on this selector value, which is a mouthful, and a line full. It exceeds any soft wrap line you can set. So yeah, something like this, right? So it references the task item. It sets the task CSS property on it to be the value of my input. Hmm. Summer, winter. So if I do this, oh, right, sorry. I forgot to do prevent default. Default. I feel like that should be the default for this library, because ideally I wouldn't want actual form submissions. I want it to entirely be handled by the library. Lemons, wow. Holy shit. If I remove the quotes, it should work that way, but yes, it works. Oh my God, I can't believe this works. So, all right. Okay, let's think. Uh, so I don't want the quotations here. I don't know how to get rid of them. Uh, if I get var, I'll get the quotations. So, hmm, it's tricky because there are a lot of cases where I want quotations to be there. Ah, God damn it. Hmm. I mean, let's just style the form for now. I'll just make both of these guys. Where is the input? Oh, right, I didn't give styles to the input. I guess input doesn't really matter in this situation. It just needs to hold the thing. So element equals edit task input. Border none, border bottom. Great, I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, that looks decent. I'll just increase the font size for that guy. Font size 1 rem. Why is the fonts different? I mean, I didn't set a font, but why are they different? Why is this? Oh, maybe because I've set it through like the after element. Is that why? Or is our inputs using sans serif and the fonts by default are serif? I don't know. Let's try it. Let's on this guy. Let's just set CSS text. Wow. Okay, so I guess text is just serif for no reason. I'll just set the font here. Font hyphen family. Sans serif. Just for some consistency. Do, 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 do. By the way, how long has it been since I started? I really lost track of time working on this project. I've just no idea what I'm doing. Wait, where do you see how long? Okay, 1 hour 42. That's fine. Okay. So, what was I doing? Yeah. Quotation marks is my life's biggest problem right now. How do I get rid of those? Hmm. And the perfect skies above. Get variable, get property value. So that thing is fine. I guess I add the quotation marks over here. Let's see if we should just get rid of it, because so the reason why I add quotations here is because the content property needs quotation marks, and also certain other CSS things need the quotation marks to be there, because otherwise it acts like, oh, I have no idea what you mean. This is gibberish. It doesn't have quotations around it. It's not a string. So wait, I thought I JSON stringified the thing. Did I not? Okay, so I'm not doing that. It's just happening, right? Let's console log this and see. A listener indicated an asynchronous response by returning true, but the message channel closed before a response was received. I don't know what that means. Okay, that's something we have to look up. A listener indicated an asynchronous response. What does that mean? I'm not using React. So this issue is a cross-origin request issue and is caused by various Chrome extensions. Okay, fuck you. I don't give me your bugs in my app. Oh, so get property value just adds that for me. I don't have anything to do with it, which is, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Should I just remove the quotes around the default text here, or so over here I'm adding quotations. Let's just remove it. What happens then? Oh, right, the parser would fail because, god damn it, it's not a string, which makes sense. Which makes sense. It's um should I JSON or strip it? I'm not sure, because the quotations. So one of the okay, if I'm using it inside a content thing, I don't need quotations there, because it would just know that it's using the var property directly, which would just work. Yeah, I think I'll just trim it. I think that makes sense. So replace, or actually it could be empty string. So let's replace it right here. Value, let value, value equals value dot replace. So it could be a single quote or a double quote. Whatever it is, Oh, actually, I should probably do it this way. It could be a start, a single or a double quote, character, and it would then end with a 2. Oh no. Okay, I'll have to do this in regxr. Regxr, such a great tool, by the way. Makes things so much easier. Okay, so what I'm thinking is this inside this. How do I back reference that guy? The one that's inside. Yeah. Hello. Is there no way to back reference capture group 2? Yeah, that is what I'm trying to back reference, but it doesn't seem to be marking it. That is weird. Dot star. Okay, dot star works. I want both of them to be marked. Is there a way to guarantee that? This is capture group 3. I'm back referencing capture group 2, which is this guy. Yes. And it should be the end, and the second thing should be matching the end, which again, I'm not sure if. Hello world. Why isn't this getting highlighted? I guess I can just do it here as well. Yeah, I mean, not the worst thing I've done. So, so either one of them can be replaced. I don't like this because then only what if there's just quotes in the start of the string but not the end? Okay, you know what? We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. This is not a professional framework anyway. You're not supposed to use this. I don't know how many more times I can say it. Don't ever use this. All right. So that should replace the quotations from get property value, but that could also break a lot of things. So let's see. Build. All right. Yes, that worked. Now, and I can update the value immediately. Yes, that works. All right. So, uh, over here is the, oh, he just stretched Aussie. Yeah. So I set this attribute, and on submit, as soon as I'm done setting it, I want this to not be editable anymore. So how should I do that? Should I maintain a flag that on update I manage, or should I just actually, yeah, that actually makes sense. When this is here, when this is done updating, I want to, or when this is clicked, when the data element task text is clicked on click, I want to make the form visible. Can I just do update? Yeah, I immediately noticed a huge problem with this. I can't do that. I can't update a sibling, or I can update a sibling. let's, there is a thing called a sibling selector. I totally forgot about that. Edit task form. What I want to do here is make the display property block. And by default, the form would have a display none. That kind of makes sense. Yes. So if I click on it, nothing happens. Yay. That's not what I wanted. Is that not the sibling selector? Am I stupid? CSS selectors. CSS selectors. Reference maybe? I don't know. Oh, no, not selectors. Combinators. W3 schools. It's been a while since I've been here. Descendant selector, yeah. Child selector, yes. Adjacent sibling selector is user selector that is directly after another element. General sibling selector, that is the one I'm using. So it's a fucking all right. I mean, is there an error here? Nope. Maybe I'll just see what the DOM situation is. Here's the task thingy, which has the click handler on it. When I click on it, it should update the current scope, adjacent element to that current scope, which should be data element task form, edit task form. Yeah, that the selector seems correct. I don't know if, hey, have you written parsers in Haskell? Yes, I have. I have written a few of them, two of them to be precise. I guess what was it? I forgot what I called the project. God damn it. Ask me later? No. Fade lang? Yes. This is a parser. I think it uses megaparsec for this. I thought you were in Bangladesh. No, India, unfortunately. But yes, here's the syntax. This is, what is this? Megaparsec, I think. I forgot what I use here. I always thought I would get back to this project at some point, but I've just abandoned it. Yeah, I wanted to, but ask me later. Oh, yeah, I have the link wrong here. Doesn't matter. Is that a compiler? Yes. I wanted to finish this, but I didn't. So it's a partial compiler. It kind of sort of works. There was another one. I forgot what I named it. I named something really stupid. What do you call? Okay, what is a lisp? What is another word for a lisp? I named it that. God damn it! What is it called? Speech speech sim speech impediment, or is it sim lang? God, I wish I could find it. Ah, that was a simpler and slightly more complete interpreter. It was a scheme interpreter, which would be easier to work with. And yeah, sim lisp. Yeah, I mean, sim stands for speech impediment, which I thought was funny at the time, but now I just find that annoying because there's already an extension called sim. Um, yeah, this is a interpreter, and this is what the syntax ended up looking like. Yeah, it's basically just scheme. Parser. This one I think is parsec, not megaparsec. I'm not sure. I'll drop this link just in case you wanna take a look. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, this one uses parsec, right? The other one is megaparsec. Honestly, Haskell is like an amazing language. Haskell and OCaml are crazy good. I still don't know how to use state monad and shit. Yeah, MTL is like monad transformers and stuff can be annoying. You should go with, I guess, I forgot which one is uh, the standard one. Is it MTL or transformers? I believe this one uses transformers. Yeah, this one uses transformers. So transformers as a state monad, and again, not the most pleasant thing to work with, but it is good enough. It does the gets the job done. Um, but yeah, I think I personally kind of like the free monad way of doing this, right? So MTL handles the composition of different monads pretty decently, but there is fused effects. Is that, yeah, fused effects is pretty good. So it's just an alternative to, I mean, it's not an alternative, but it kind of acts like an entire effect system. So it makes things a lot simpler is the wrong word. Makes things a lot more uh, standard. Is that the right word? Maybe. Yeah, it makes your code a lot more standard. Here it is. Comparison. Yeah, I want to get back to making something in Haskell or something. But good. It's it's a language which it's fun, but then you have to get things done in it, and it kind of gets annoying immediately. Monadic, it's different interpretations. Yeah. I believe fused effect doesn't use like a free monad implementation. It has its own thing going for optimization because free monad would be really slow. So, anyways, doesn't matter. This is a pretty decent library. You can check it out. Um, right. And all the best with Haskell, by the way. Mad Flash. Not gonna promise it to be fun. It'll be just a little annoying. But yes. Yeah, this thing I still don't understand. So oh, oh, I just got this. Is that a good thing to do? So what I'm thinking is, what if I do? Is that, I mean, I can do it very easily. I can allow this selector. Um, hmm, this would make things a lot easier. But you can only go one level up the way I've done it. So that will be a little, oh, I mean, I can make it work for multiple layers as well. Uh, I mean, this is a shit coding project anyway, so I don't really care all that much about how clean I make things. It should work. By the way, Mindstormer got a job. Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember he was. Yeah. I still am on my break, by the way, since January. I am about to get a job. I just got done with the interviews, so an offer is on hand soon. Soon. But yeah, Mindstormer. It's been a while. I need to visit his streams again. I've only visited his stream. What? God damn it. Tech support. Tech support stream I've been on recently. But other than that, I've just lost touch with Twitch on the whole. But yeah, all right, this thing can be element. I'm just gonna go with if statements because this will get annoying really fast. Selector HTML element or null. This would be string. Yeah. If that guy, hmm, were the interviews lead code style or system design heavy? I Okay, here's the thing. My all the interviews that I've always been in have always been really pleasant people. I don't know why. I just keep getting lucky because like I've never had like a lead code interview ever. Um, a lot of my interviews have been very relevant to like what I was applying for. Even in now that I was interviewing, it was always just very fun challenges, like interesting challenges that people give you related to JavaScript. Usually that's what I'm professionally, I'm a JavaScript person. But yeah, it's always been good questions. I've been lucky there. Lead code is way out of my league. I always fuck things up. But yes, and also a lot of high level questions like system design stuff, which is, you know, system design stuff is it's very easy to talk on a high level about random things, but yeah, those were the two kinds of things that I've had in my interviews. Oof. I've started to, this is a weird thing to say, but I've grown to enjoy giving interviews, which is, I don't know, that thought is a little scary. I feel like I'm changing. I feel like that shouldn't be the case. Interviews should be shit. But even when interviews are shit, like I can't answer a single question, they're still fun. I don't know. I'm scared. Okay. Right. So let's do element equals. In this case, it would be document, right? If it's an identifier, it should be document. If it is, and also the selector should be. Oh, I can just do selector equals ID right here. Um, Selector is, if it's an identifier, I'll use this guy. Makes sense. Else, if it's a scope, I need to use my current element. So element, oh god damn it, dollar element equals dollar node. Selector would stay ID. Yeah. And I'm just going to refactor first and then add the feature later. So element equals, I should just default to element equals document. Document. Yeah. All right. Selector equals that. Selector equals that. By default, selector would obviously be ID, so that's fine. This should still work. No. Oh, actually, that actually makes sense. Okay. Forget my over the top reaction on that. It still works. Yay. Uh, right. So let's now add the parent feature. So if it starts with parent followed by a space of any kind, um, right. If that is the case, I would, the element would be node.parent node. Yes. And the selector would be id.replace the parent thingy with this. So what I am thinking is I can kind of do that recursively and get the parent node of the parent node, and I can make a recursive call here basically, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to deal with that complexity yet. So let's just do dot null here, and if it's null, I need to use this guy. Been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. Can it just be an element? Does it need to be an HTML element? LSP, come on. Okay, it did update. That was me being slow, not the LSP being slow. Can I just do node? Query selector doesn't exist on node. Is document a node? It is. Okay. So I'm just not gonna bother. I'm just gonna do as element. Yeah. I'm not gonna fight the TypeScript compiler on this. Do what you think is best. All right. So if I have parent and that, this should just start working now, right? So if I click this, yes, yes, we've done it. They said this couldn't be done. Okay. So and on submit, what I want to do is disable this guy. Wait, what if instead of this, what if I used, say I maintained a flag, right? So a CSS property called is editing. I mean, that's the right way of doing it, but in this shitty framework, it's a little difficult to manage. So if it's editing, I can on update manage that somehow. Yes, I can. So CSS on update, in this case, it would make more sense to have a filter, but for now, this is fine. If that flag updates, I want to, actually, this is a better approach, I think. All right, so I want to make update task item or task text display none, or wait, if get var is editing. Oh, var doesn't support multiple expressions. Ah, that sucks. Let's just enable and disable the text input form, right? Where is the form? I forgot. Edit task form. Okay. So if it is editing, the display should be block. If it's not, it should be none, right? And on click over here, I can go var. I can actually use the parent selector now, which is kind of cool. But var task item ID. I set the is editing flag to if get var is editing, so I'm just toggling it. So if it's editing, I'll do false, otherwise true. Right? Should so clicking on the text now should toggle. Okay, it does nothing. Is it still building? Nope, it doesn't work. Task test on click, task item ID is editing needs to update, and on update this needs to happen. Let's see if that's actually getting evaluated. So jseval console log 2. So if I get here, okay, so it happened on initialization, but it didn't happen after that, which is concerning. Oh wait, did I use var there? Wait. Yes, I used var. Okay. That is a yes, it works. It toggles. Oh, it toggles. Yeah, that was not what I wanted, but why is that happening? Get task item should have the task item ID. And task item ID. So if get var edit. Oh, right. This should be scoped. Scope data element equals that guy. Because otherwise it would interact directly with the the document and not the particular node inside it. So yeah, this works. This also works. Yes. If statement doesn't support multiple queries, but I guess I can just duplicate this. Actually, this is a better way to do it anyway. So if that is true, is editing, otherwise none, right? Yeah, this should do that for the block. And the same thing for task item or task text. Display should be is editing, none, else block. So by default, is editing is false. And clicking on this would toggle that. Actually, now I don't need it to toggle. I can just hard code this to is editing to be true when I click on it. Because if this element is showing, it means that is editing is false. And over here, I can re-enable it when, yeah, when I'm done submitting. So here it is. Oh no, what happened? It couldn't parse some expression. Scope. Oh, is one of the brackets missing? No. What's the problem, man? Can I help you? I want display property to get updated here. The expression seems to make sense. I refuse to use prettier on this file, by the way. I mean, it would run if I run formatter, but I don't want it to right now because it would break things. Where is it having a trouble? Okay, so let's remove this. Okay, this didn't work. Oh, right, it was because of the trailing comma. There's still an error. Oh, there is no comma. Why did I add comma there? Okay, I guess I should make it optional. Like you can add a comma, maybe, because that could, that seems like a regular issue. Yeah, so now if I update something and I hit enter, there it is. We have the edit feature. Let's just style this better so it is not jarring on the eyes. how do I, where is the, yeah, this guy is display block. So this needs to be display block as well. Wait, 100%. So if I click on it, oh no, this, okay. I guess the form also needs width 100% maybe. Oh yes, it did need a width. Okay. Why did my phone go off? All right, doesn't matter. Yes. So I guess this guy could also use some padding because shit, it looks like shit. 0.8 rem, 0 on the top, or 0 on the top, 0.8 on the side actually. Holy shit, that actually, I'm kind of impressed that that worked. But it should also autofocus. Let's add the autofocus attribute on the element. So where is this guy? Yeah. Autofocus equals true. Would that work? I've never. No, that didn't work. Did that attribute get applied? Autofocus. Isn't that the right way to do it? Autofocus equals true. Hey, bye, Matt Flash. I'll miss you. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Um, all right. All right. So this doesn't autofocus for some reason. Um, Also, I should give outline a better color. I don't know. Is this the way to do it? 1px. Um, I want it to be really light. So something like CCC. Oh, wait, sorry. I only want that to happen when it's focused. So, yeah. I am ashamed to admit I'm really having a lot of fun with this project. Like, seriously, it is. It's so stupid, it is fun. I never thought I'd be able to do this, which is exciting. Okay, so the outline thing works, but it's not good enough. So I've got the outline. I thought this would work because I'm setting the attribute on the element. So if it is, okay, let's Google autofocus because I don't remember how this thing, input autofocus, sacred nothing. Where is autofocus? I can't see. Oh, here it is. Okay, it doesn't have a value. Maybe I can just do this. No, still doesn't autofocus. I mean, that's not good, but you'll find me in a sea of trees where no one. I'm really surprised at my network today. Holy shit. 0% drop frames? That is unheard of. That never happens. Anyways, autofocus. I don't know how the autofocus attribute really works. I felt like it when it's, oh, right. This, I'm not adding it to the DOM. So this wouldn't work. I'm just changing the display property of it. So, okay. All right. I could add a method for focusing, or I could add a low level method that calls any arbitrary function on a node. I wonder which one I'll do. Shit, I really don't know which one I'll do. What should I go with? I feel like this is already way too stupid, so I don't know if I want to add to its stupidity. I mean, this is CSS. This shouldn't be CSS, but this is. Uh, so this thing can be, this still works. Yeah, text gets updated. I can delete. Okay. I can add. All right. Still working. Um, what I was thinking was something like, where do I add this, by the way? On submit or on mount of the form, I could do call. I really shouldn't be doing this. I'm really ashamed that I'm doing this, but we have that guy. Yeah, so on my task input, I can call the focus method. And I mean, if there was any other arguments I could add here, but focus doesn't have arguments. So this, I mean, not the worst idea I've ever had. This would kind of uh, save me from creating a lot of these FFI things. But if I create one call function, that would just handle most of the use cases, which is terrible, but it's good. It would work. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Yes, I think I'm going to do that. Um, all right, let's open up the eval thing. Let's add call method. It would take an ID, which I mean, I call it an ID, but it's more of a selector or undefined. Because if there is no selector specified, then I would just call the method on myself, which, yeah. And the second thing is method, which would be a string. And third thing, or the rest of it would be args, which would also be strings because CSS, you can only do so much. I don't know why I've standardized using promises, but let's just keep going with that. Okay, so we have a call method here. Let's add the behavior for it, or let's add the argument loading for it. We'll add the behavior later. So this guy, call, is saying blah, blah, blah. All right. So first of all, we need the ID, which is, we can copy paste the ID from this guy. Um, oh, wait, that is actually, oh, that will be difficult to do. Um, yeah, how would I know what I've gotten as a selector or not? I would have to, hmm, God damn it. What happens if I do document body dot query selector of empty? Oh, sorry, God damn it. Empty, nothing. Selector is empty. Shit. Hmm. There would be weird cases that I'd have to handle there. Um, okay, for now, I'm not gonna allow using arguments. I think that's the way to go for now. I just added to do saying, yeah, support args. I don't know how to spell support. Right. method and ID. So it will only take either one or two arguments. So it's if it's greater than or equal to 2, um, hmm, God, I wonder if there's a better API for this. Hmm. Or I can do call and call self. I like that idea more, right? So instead of having call, okay, so calls selector ID would be mandatory. The first would be or would always be the selector, and the call self would have it optional. I think that's the way to go. Okay, so this guy, the rest of it would be think of you. See her face when he stays through. Days go past, the memories they last. Summer, winter. I mean, I can't do eval args here because I need all the arguments. Args. So await promise.all args.map eval expression. Is that right? Wait, ours is not any. What the fuck? Oh, right. Sorry. I should call this arg something else. Arguments? No. Method args. Terrible naming thing going here, but method command args. Wow. Okay. Eval value. Right. Let's just do undefined here. Right. Yeah. Method is also eval. I mean, that is. Oh, shit. I didn't think about that. Okay. So if method is not specified, I have to break. If ID is not specified, I also have to break. I think that's the way to go. Because I'm gonna create call and the second one would be call self. So the argument thing is not too complicated. All right, this seems fine. Call methods. This thing should be eval value. I think that's fine so far. Oh, right. A, comma, actions. Actions is the behavior that is passed as an argument. I haven't done a commit in a while. God damn it. I keep forgetting. Okay. I mean, I'll do it right after this. So, okay. I'm surprised that this didn't give me an error. Call method, that's not here. So, call tech support. Hello. Chichi, new one. Real programmers use Nano. God damn it. Yeah, the world is changing. I should get with it. I should get with Nano. And then eventually cat and echo and write to file directly through bash. I think that's the way to go. Um, right. Hi, by the way, back to ed. No, ed is too high level by the, and we can't just use ed. Ed is for noobs. We need to use echo pipe to file. That's the way to go. Let's not complicate things. We just need that. LSP is just bloat. Um, and hi, by the way, it's been a while. I missed you. I caught you on your stream a couple times. But yes, I'm back. Not consistently back, you know, here and there. I'll show up. say hi, and then fuck off. Const. By the way, has LSP been acting weirdly for everyone? Is it just me? Because the TS server just randomly becomes slow for no reason. Still edible? Well, no one has tried eating me, so I don't know, but yes. TS server on UVM is garbage these days. Yeah, I just have had bad experience so far. It's only been like the last couple of weeks though. But yes, it sucks. Um, Anyways, by the way, I just want you to introduce to the project you to the project that I'm working on. Oh, it works well with COC. Good. I honestly sometimes regret moving away from COC. I mean, I want LSP, I want native LSP. It just feels better. I feel better having native LSP, but God, I mean, you'd think the word native implies that it's faster. But COC is, basically VS Code. So yeah, COC has an older fork of TSM. Oh, is that true? God, what is happening? Why are they doing this? Why is it slower? They're supposed to make it faster. They're supposed to optimize this. Um, oh yeah. What was I doing? Yeah, look at that. Every text. I don't know if how much of this is obvious on the stream, but everything I type is just delayed. It fucks with your head. But yes, this is element. See, what the fuck was that? I've already lifted my hands, and that's when it finishes typing. Okay, so ID, if ID isn't present, I'll just use the element as is. $element. Oh, right, I should introduce you to this project a little bit. This is a UI library that I'm working on that is purely CSS, as in you only write CSS. You don't write HTML, you don't write JavaScript, you just write C fucking S. Look at this. Look at this. There's a form. This whole thing that you see here is just this one CSS file. It's all the code. Okay, there's an error because I've kind of I'm in the middle of something, so this might not work. Okay, yeah, when I click on this, this becomes editable. I can edit this and this gets saved. I can click on this. I can delete this. I can add a new task. All of this, a functional to do, but it's all CSS. This is my life's proudest accomplishment. I've peaked. There's nothing more to do now. Yeah, so okay, now I need to get the call thing working so I can have this be fully featured. But other than that, it's fun. It's really, I'm having too much fun doing this. All right, this is the worst thing, by the way. The call method function that I'm adding, it allows you to call an arbitrary method on any node. So let me just finish implementing this. EL method, or I guess I should use the call thing. Call method, comma, args. I wish it didn't do that. Okay, I'm just gonna do as in. Oh, sorry. Wait. Hmm. I fucked up. That's not what I meant to do. Method call element args. Is that it? L is used before declaration. No, it isn't. Element method. Oh, oh, right. Semicolon. Automatic semicolon. How does this work? Some obscure CSS selector mechanic? Yes. No, this is not CSS, but all right. So you just create the file, whatever, and body is the entry point by default. So what it ends up doing is when you select CSSX children, it goes to the main container. It creates an element with type main with the ID container and also some other attributes. And then it goes to this guy and goes, okay, so CSSX children, um, there's more children. But there's one problem. The C in CSS is the problem. It's cascading. So what I did here is every time I create a node, I create this CSSX layer element inside it, which basically goes, which basically disables or unsets everything that the parent set. So you get this a little bit of a sandboxing thing going, which is honestly, I know how stupid that is, but it works. It is surprising, but it works. It, yeah, and this is the coolest part, by the way. You have components. So you can create an instance of an element. So you have task item, some item with some ID, but IDs have to be unique. So obviously you have to create an instance of it, which gives it a unique ID. And over here, you can give it a CSS property and you can go to task item instance. Yeah, this is just adding more children to the task item dummy items. But yes, over here we have the default properties set and on mount, on update, all those hooks that you everyone is familiar with, and then more children to this guy. It's a mess. Is CSSX native functionality? Is that yeah, that is something with CSS. Oh my god, if that was native, my goodness. The complexity of CSS already is way too high. Imagine just that going tenfold. Yeah, that is implemented by me. All of those properties are being handled by me, which is a good thing. But yes, this okay. I think this should now work, right? What was it for? I already forgot what that was for. All autofocus. So if I click on this, that didn't work. Hmm. So what am I doing wrong? So it is setting the attribute correctly. So the get var. Oh, by the way, there is another hack that I've put in place. I wanted to use var here, which would be the standard CSS way of doing it. But in some situations, CSS evaluates the var eagerly, which means I can't really, get the updated value on there. So that kind of sucks. So I created a get var function, which does that for me. But yeah, there is call. It should have worked. I don't get why it didn't. Hmm. Did it not get here? Console.log. What the fuck? It just froze for like a good few seconds. All right. So if I click on it, okay, it didn't even get here. Okay, that one I'm fine with. That is something I can debug. All right. It makes sense that it didn't find one of these things in here, which is weird. Is it? Wow. Where did, where did, okay, where did wow come from? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Yes. So scope, edit task, focus. It shouldn't have called focus there, but it did. That's all right. Oh, right. God damn it. Oh, oh, wait, I fucked up. I can't do this. I can't do it on mount or form because uh, the form element is already created. So it only mounts initially, it doesn't get called again, which I forgot. So I think I'm going to do it over here conditionally, right? So I can't do this there. Scope. I guess I don't need scope in that case. It'll, maybe I do. Yeah, I do. Okay, set attribute. It calls the focus method. Oh, wait, I don't want this to run when I am, yeah. So if get var is editing, I don't want this to happen if it's editing, right? I don't want, I'm a little confused. Set attribute would run. I want to set it when editing is true. Yes. So I guess this makes sense. The second argument can just be an empty string. I don't care. No op. That's how you do no op now. Focus. I guess it's the same thing for focus as well. Unfortunately, I don't support multiple statements inside, multiple expressions inside if. We'll add that because why the fuck not? We're doing weirder shit here. Yes, autofocus. Oh, I guess we should also do a, when it is out of focus, it should uh, disable editing mode. Does that make sense? Yes. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Call method. Let's create a commit. I haven't committed in a while. This thing, there's no log, there is a log here. Good. Okay. What did I do? That's a good question. Call method. Oh, is that it? I thought I did other shit that was unrelated. Oh, there is other shit that is unrelated. I did this slicing. Oh, sorry. Uh, removing this quotes, quotation marks. Mm, updating a parent selector, scope selector. Oh my god, I added too many functionality in one commit. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll just apologize to myself later. Um, okay, so what is this feature? We added call arbitrary method on node plus what else was it? I did something else. I forgot. Parent selector. Added parent selector. Aha. Ooh. Um, support arts. Oh, I already support arts. No worries. CA. Yeah. All right. So, what did I want to do next? I was doing something. Yeah. I need to, on blur, I want to disable this. So let's add a blur event on blur. Okay. Oh, I could also like set the value on focus. I think that's the better approach, right? Yes. I think that would be like a better way to display all the features of this thing. So on focus and on blur. Two new events. Yay. Task form, this thing on submit. Where did I do the complex stuff? Yeah, set attribute, whatever. This thing will go inside on focus. So text input, hyphen CSS hyphen on focus, do that. Makes, okay, the selector would change. Selector would be, oh, I don't need the selector because I'm just changing my own value. And the text property I get because the property on the parent instance cascades down because it's CSS. Yay. Remember needing React context to avoid prop drilling? Yeah, that is baked into the framework now. you can just do that. Right. Okay. On focus, cool. On blur, I want to disable focus. So on blur, I want to set this thing. Yeah. On wait, god damn it, I lost track of what I was doing. Yeah. Is editing would be set to false. Okay. I think that would just work. I can get rid of this now. If it's editing, I want it to focus. This, we need this, but not the other thing. Holy shit. Right out of the box. Everything just works exactly the way it should. So if I click on this, if I click on this, if I click on this, my life has meaning. I'm gonna add some padding to it so it doesn't look ugly as shit, but other than that, this looks all right. I don't mind this. Make it 0.2 rem. There's some separation. Oh, that I'm not a huge fan of. The whole layout moves a little bit. Maybe I'll just add that to the text as well. Data text. It's kind of shit. Yeah, I'll just remove the padding there. Make this. Wait, is it? Yeah, it's only vertically. Sorry, it's only horizontally moving. So I think we can fix that. Padding 0.3, 0.2. What does this look like? Now we can add more horizontal padding on this guy. 0.8, so it should do 0.5. I'm just eyeballing here. No, no, that's not nice. I thought that would work. Okay, I mean, still weird that this moves, but eh. I can't be bothered about this. Task item. I thought task text would. Oh, it's on this guy. God damn it. I thought. That sucks. Yeah, let's make it this, and let's make it 0.5 here. It still kind of wobbles for no reason, but. And also, why does the width get smaller for this guy? Because I've given it a fixed width, right? Checkbox. Yeah, it has a fixed width. Why would it change for no reason? Flex 1, would it give it? Oh, that would. I thought that was flex 2. Yeah. God damn it. That would break things anyway. And fuck it. I don't know why I'm going for pixel perfection on this stupid thing. All right. So this is feature complete. I don't know how much more I can work on this ever. Um, right. Let's work on. Okay. Let's go to the to-do. Let's check things out. Yeah, we need to implement this. Focus blur events, which I've implemented now. Yeah, keyboard events. Keyboard events can go later. Eval can go before that. This one would be nice to have because right now the way I'm displaying text here is using uh, the thing, the thing that you use after after selector. Where is it? Yeah. So I'm just adding the content on here. This is not the best way to do it. I would prefer if I could do CSS text because those texts are selectable. I have used this here, but the problem is this happens on mount. So I want it to also happen on update. Yes, so that is what I'll do now. Darling, you be sublime. On update, where is the on update event? Yes, my. Okay, on update event, add the listener event handler. Okay. So on update, I could just, if it has a CSS text, I could just re-add it. No, 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 no. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. Because it's checking if the handler expression is here. So not all elements have the updated listener or on update listener. So, shit. Later. I'll deal with that problem later. For now, this is working for me. String concatenation, that's what I'll do. How long have I been here? I don't know. I've lost track of time. 3 hours. Yeah. Yeah, I'll spend like 10 more minutes and then I'll fuck right off. Okay. Request handling. Add class remote class should use self. Does it not do that already? Eval. Okay, so the ID is compulsory for add class. Yeah, that's not critical at all. Evaluate calc. Right. So now calc expressions are not evaluate. Yeah, I honestly I don't want to bother. I'll have to write the parser for it. I'll have to write the implementation for it. It's just too much. It's just too much complexity. I don't know if I want to bother with it. So I have another example that I wanted to work on, which is counter. Mm, hmm. So yeah, so this thing doesn't work. I mean, this was just to, and this was before I even implemented anything. This was just a demo thing that I wanted to get working. But now I'm thinking calc, I won't really do anything about. Oh, I'm gonna take like 2 minutes break. I mean, I guess I can just leave. That's not, um, should I stop streaming or not? Is it really that bright? God damn it. It's a light. I'm dying. Um, hmm. is there another way to work on this? Like, is there a way to increment in CSS without through CSS without relying on calc? Is there a way we could implement that? Okay, I've got a terrible idea. Um, I could uh, I could okay, no, let's not do that. So what I was thinking was I could add a DOM node every time you increment, and then I could count the length of the DOM nodes, which would be our increment function, and remove DOM nodes for decrement. Terrible idea. Um, is there another way? Hmm. Nah, nah. Yeah, I'm just gonna delete this. Yeah, and no need to implement counters or do any math in CSS, obviously. Um, yeah, form thing is still working, I guess. Let's check that out. Yeah, you can make API calls through CSS now, which is also a thing. You do that, it loads an external CSS, and now I can do this. And form submitted successfully, and on the network request, we can see email, hello world, password, yay, it works. All right, I think, yeah, I'm gonna just go. I've done enough damage for the day. So, bye bye. Bye bye. It was fun. Um, I don't know if I'll. So, I should I call it quits here? Like, this is done. Oh, by the way, I didn't think of a name. God damn it, that was a. I wanted to do that. Um, Name suggestions. I think I'm gonna go with CSS everything, but that implies that I'm gonna be. All right. So, is anyone ready for server-side CSS? I don't know if the world is ready for it yet. What would it even look like? So, okay, now that I'm on that idea, um, yeah, my brain is just shouting, don't do it, don't do it, God damn it, you've doomed us all. So, CSSX routes. Okay, I don't know if I'm ready for this or not. I mean, I'm not implementing it right now. I just leave in a few minutes, but um, let's see. CSSX routes. Um, Home about our home path equals slash about path equals slash about. Or I mean, this can be anything. I guess I could do this hash about because I mean that's how the parser works. That's why I've done that. But okay, so what if I do this? Path equals slash, then CSSX. I should stop right now. I should, honestly. This is not good for my mental health. This is not good for anyone else's mental health. Um, but I guess I've already started and I should just, um, yeah. So main, um, header, or actually header, main, main, or actually, no, the data element is main inside path equals slash. The reason for doing that is so we can use this here as well. I could even like have external CSS there. So it loads when it mounts. Okay, for about page, let's make it external, right? So about, um, CSSX on mount. I could just load CSSX. I forgot the specific syntax for this. Form slash style load. See, oh, there it is. Yeah, I need to give it a select or yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna fully implement this. I'm just gonna do about page. Let's imagine there is an about page with that ID. Uh, about.css. So this would on runtime load a CSS and inject functionality into it. By the way, this is all imaginary. I haven't implemented this thing yet, the routing thing. But my brain is just struggling with whether or not to do this or not. Um, hmm. If I name it CSSX everything, I'm going to implement this because then the everything implies that I can just do everything with it. Right now, only client-side functionality is possible. So to do this, let's just keep that open. So on mount, for a server, on mount would get triggered, right? So I'm on the server. I'm creating this within something like Puppeteer or 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 maybe what else is there? Yeah, or just JS DOM. Even that would kind of be a good enough substitute because I only need like a limited set of server-side stuff to run. If I do that, yeah, this is possible. And also, I just realized instead of running tab new, I did e tab new, so it created a file called tab new, which is funny. All right, I'm gonna um, call it quits on this project. I'm gonna publish it as CSS everything for now, and then maybe implement the functionality. Routing server side CSS sounds fun. I'll write a blog post on it as well. um, yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna fuck off. Bye bye. Bye bye. I miss you. Take care. I looked at the camera to make strong eye contact with you. Bye. I'm gonna I'm gonna stop streaming. I really suck at goodbyes, by the way, in real life and in this thing. I have no idea how to say bye. So just bye. I'm gonna click that button now. Is there anything that I'm missing? I think that's about it. Goodbye. See ya. Take care. Take care of your children, your family. Um, tell your loved one you love them. And bye.